what is up, my beautiful bros? Maine-iac here, November 20th, NBA game picks. Now, I said yesterday, Carmelo Anthony would get 3 threes and a Trailblazers victory. He was 2 for 3, so I was close. They lost, but he went 2 for 11 on the inside the three. And it's extremely disappointing. He had 5 fouls as well, so not a good night for him. Trailblazers shot well, I guess you could say. They shot 16 for 29 from 3, 55%, 43% from the field. They basically, if I had to say, they just lost 8 more fouls, lost by 9. Close game. Anyway, we went 2 for 2. We got a lot more tonight, 11. So let's get to it. San Antonio Spurs, Washington Wizards. I'm picking the Wizards in the upset. Spurs never play well on the road. Well, they play well. They never win much on the road, I should say. They're a much better home team. So I'm picking Washington in the upset. And I'm picking Hachimura to have a good game. I'm thinking 10 and 6. 10 points, 6 rebounds. Not good by like superstar stretch, but for a rookie, I think he's going to have a good night. Clutch shots. And then you have the Knicks at the Philadelphia 76ers. Gotta go 76ers. Orlando, Toronto. I'm going Toronto at home. I think shooting is gonna sink Orlando. I think they shoot under 42%. And you got Milwaukee at Atlanta. I'm picking Milwaukee on the road because I like Giannis, and I don't think the Hawks have anyone that really matches up well against him. And then you have Cleveland, Miami. Gotta pick Miami. They're one of the best teams in the league. Charlotte, Brooklyn. Picking Brooklyn. This game's really close to me, honestly. Rozier, this game is 50-50. If Graham shows up, like Graham has been showing up, Charlotte will win. My guts tell me to pick Brooklyn. Maybe it's Jarrett Allen. Maybe I just feel more confident picking Brooklyn. But like I said, this game to me is 50-50. I gotta go Brooklyn. Then you got Golden State, Dallas. I'm picking Dallas here. Golden State with a good win last night over Memphis. But Dallas had the night off. Dallas should be fresher. And I think they'll execute better. Luka is coming off a 42-point triple-double in his last game, so I think he has another good game. Also, last night when I mentioned Phoenix and Sacramento, I will say this. I said Bogdanovich would go off. I said Bogdanovich would do really well. Maybe not score a lot, but he would do really well. You see a headline right there, the third one? Bogdanovich powers Kings with 31 points, 7 3-pointers. Also, LeBron James set a record for a triple-double against all 30 teams, which is amazing. So, yeah, it looks like the Nets are without Irving, but I still think they win. I trust Levert. Dallas, I think, wins. Obviously, like I said, I trust Luka to have a good game as well. Detroit, Chicago, I'm picking, actually, the next 4 games, Detroit, Chicago, Utah, Minnesota, Houston, Denver. I'm picking all the road teams. Technically, Houston isn't favored to beat Denver, so they're technically an upset pick there as well. But I just don't see Denver competing with Houston shooting going down the stretch. I think it's a close game until probably midway through the third quarter, fourth quarter, somewhere down there, and then Houston just starts shooting and they start making. As for Minnesota, I love Utah and their defense. I think that eventually wins it if Connolly can shoot around 45%, 7 assists, somewhere around there, keep the ball moving going. Utah should have a good game. And you got Detroit, Chicago, picking Detroit. Blake Griffin, Andre Drummond match up really well against Chicago. Personally, Chicago has the athleticism to compete. They have the speed, they have the size to compete with Detroit. I just think Detroit matches up well against Chicago as well. They might be a little bit less athletic, but I think Detroit wins this one in a close game. And you got Boston at the Clippers, Paul George and Kawhi Leonard versus Jason Tatum and Kemba Walker. You have Daniel Tice versus Montrezl Harrell. You got Time Lord versus you got Marcus Smart versus Lou Williams. You got Patrick Beverly against Robert Williams. You know what I mean? It's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a lot closer than most people think because obviously the Clippers are favored here. Boston's going to struggle. Boston will shoot threes and have a stretch where they miss probably about 6 in a row. And it will cause them to either fall behind or fall further behind. But what I like about Boston is their athletic switch defense. I hate it and love it at the same time. I like it in this matchup because I think a Robert Williams, Daniel Tice matches up well against a Montrezl Harrell. I think Grant Williams and possibly Jason Tatum matches up decently well against Paul George because Jason Tatum does have that lengthy defense where he plays a little bit bigger than he is. And I think Marcus Smart, if he's healthy, can guard Kawhi Leonard like he guards almost every other big man in the league. Which is obvious. If you haven't watched Marcus Smart play defense, it's freaking hilarious. It's amazing. I've seen him go head toe to toe with Joel Embiid. It's amazing. I love it. Anyway, that's my picks. Boston in the upset, Washington in the upset, and then Houston in the upset, and then the others. I hope you guys have a good day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.